The story of how Bubba rose above his challenges. Once upon a time, in a small town in the deep south of the United States, there lived a man named Bubba. Bubba was a jovial man, always ready with a joke or a smile, but he had a hard life. He worked long hours at the local factory. But despite his efforts, he barely made enough to put food on the table for his wife and 3 children. Bubba's days were filled with hardships, but he always managed to find a way to see the humor in every situation. Take, for instance, the time when he had to send a letter but had no stamp. Instead of fretting, he joked that he should just put a chicken feather on the envelope and hope the mailman would think it was a stamp. Another time, Bubba caught a mouse in his house. And the experience was so nerve-wracking that he quipped that it was almost worse than counting sheep. But perhaps the most memorable incident was when Bubba heard a baby crying outside his window, and when he looked out, he saw Old Man Rivers hopping around on one foot because he had lost his shoe. Bubba couldn't help but laugh at the sight. Life for Bubba was a constant struggle, but he always found a way to keep going. He knew that he wasn't alone in his struggles. As he heard the Negro spirituals sung at the church every Sunday, he would close his eyes and let the music wash over him, feeling a sense of belonging and comfort. Those songs reminded him that he was part of a community that shared his pain and lifted him up when he was down. One day, Bubba came home from work to find his wife crying. She had just received a letter from the hospital, and the news was not good. Their youngest child, who had been born prematurely, needed surgery, and the cost was more than they could afford. Bubba felt his heart sink as he realized that he might lose his child because he couldn't pay for the surgery. That night, Bubba sat on his porch, drinking a little gin to numb his pain. He thought about the unfairness of life, how hard he worked but could never seem to get ahead. He wondered why some people seemed to have it all, while others struggled to survive. As he sat there, lost in thought, he heard a familiar voice calling his name. It was Leroy, his old friend from high school. Leroy had always been a bit of a wild card. Never one to stick to the rules or follow the crowd. Bubba hadn't seen him in years, and he was surprised to see him now. Leroy grinned and said, "Bubba, my man. Long time no see. What's been going on with you?" Bubba sighed and told Leroy about his troubles. He explained about his child's illness and how he couldn't afford the surgery. Leroy listened intently, then shook his head. "Man, that's tough. But you know what? Life ain't easy. It's pretty hard, like standing outside a chicken yard. But you gotta keep going. You gotta keep fighting." Bubba nodded, but he felt a sense of hopelessness. How could he keep fighting when everything seemed to be against him? Leroy must have sensed his despair because he said, "Bubba, let me tell you a story. One time, I was in a boat with a bunch of guys. And we were rowing upstream. It was hard work, and we were all sweating and cursing. But there was this one guy who kept rowing, no matter what. He didn't complain or give up." Powerful poem, A Steadfast Spirit by Reuben White. When life gets tough and things go wrong, and everything you do just feels so long, you may feel like giving up and throwing in the towel, but remember, life is a journey, not a destination or a trial. No matter what you're going through, never complain or give up hope, believe in yourself and your strength, for you can surely cope. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and every setback is a chance for you to learn and know. You have within you the power to overcome any obstacle, and the strength to rise up, no matter how impossible. So hold your head high, and keep on moving forward. With courage and determination, your dreams will be restored. Don't let the darkness of the night make you forget the light of the day, for every storm that comes your way will eventually pass away. Keep the faith, keep pushing, keep striving for your goal. And know that you have the strength within you to achieve your soul. So when life gets tough, and things go wrong, remember to stay strong, and never give up hope for long. For you are capable of achieving great things, and you will find a way. To rise above the challenges and overcome them day by day.